Why did I stand up? Maybe my start recording hotkey is the same as stand up. That's just great. Let me start over. Is it going to matter now? Oh, okay. You fall into a trance. What is the difference between words spoken and words thought? Absolutely nothing. No difference at all. Hello, my name is Wayne, aka Wayne the Whip. Welcome to my channel. I'm playing Wurm online on the Xanadu server. Oh, look at what I just found. I just found this the other day. A supreme torch lamp. I don't usually use these types of lamps, but it was supreme, so I couldn't pass it up. I also found a canopy bed. And I can't get it into the second floor of my house, though. I'm not sure how to do that. I think I have to cut a hole in the ceiling or the floor, the second floor, put in a ladder, and then use a rope. That's what I read anyway, which seems kind of weird. Shouldn't I be able to do the same thing using the stairs? Seems like it would be a lot easier to use the stairs to get it up there than use a hole in the wall, or in the ceiling, I mean. It's the ceiling for the first floor, and it's the floor for the second floor. Will I get a skill tick? I've not been very lucky lately with meditation, and I need to get my meditation skill up because it's not allowing me to progress on the path of insanity. Almost there, 20 seconds. So I've been looking around the map on Xanadu, looking for a deed opportunity or a redeed opportunity. I wanted a nook. I know nook sort of indicates small, but you can have a large nook. Oh, look. No skill tick. All right, whatever. Whatever. That's fine. I'll try again in a bit. Let me hide that title. All right. So, I think I'm sticking with Xanadu, at least for now. I've been thinking a lot about this and cruising around, and the geography of Xanadu compares greatly to the geography of the other smaller servers, like Harmony, for example. This feels more like a world, whereas Harmony feels more like an island. And I know that they're all islands, but this just feels different. So I decided to stay, but I want something larger. I like this deed. It's very low maintenance, only 1 silver a month to keep this thing. But I have very little room, and I don't really have the amount of room necessary in order to raise horses the way that I want to. Not that there is a need for that on the server, because you can buy 5-speed horses relatively cheap on Xanadu. But that sort of takes away the joy of working up to that point on my own. Plus, I have a plan. I have an idea for how to sell premium horses. I don't think everybody will be too interested in it, but I think there might be a handful of people that can appreciate it. And if it doesn't work, no big deal. I still had fun trying to get there. I've been looking at lots of nooks, or what I thought were nooks, by looking at the map. And I mean the map dump that is provided for by Code Club AB staff, usually once a year. I think the last map dump was done in February. So perhaps sometime between now and February we can see a new map dump. If you're on one of the new servers like Harmony or Cadence, then you're probably hoping that they do a map dump for one of those for those servers as well. Will they? I don't know. I don't even know if they do map dumps for all of the servers now, not including the new servers. Speaking of which, let me check populations real quick. I'm going to Alt-Tab over. And let me see. Wurm. Wurm server stats. Oh, the last time I checked this, for some reason I forgot all about Cadence. Cadence is actually, it seems to be the most populated server right now. So there are 1,100, wait, let me refresh this. 1,108 players online right now. 357 of them are on Cadence. So that's the most popular server. Second is Harmony at 183. And Xanadu is 105. So it seems like Xanadu has been right around 100 since returning, or since I've returned anyway. Of course, it's also 4 times larger than Harmony or Melody. Or no, Cadence. Cadence and Harmony are the same size, I believe. Melody is the small one. It has 82. It's kind of interesting. Xanadu, I think, is 8 times larger than Melody, and yet comparable populations. Okay, whoops. So I've been looking for a nook. I've looked at a lot of RDOs. There are still pristine areas left on Xanadu, quite a few actually. But most of the spots that are available on water or adjacent to water have at one point in time been deeded. So most of those are redeed opportunities. There is, or there was, one location right here on Hammer Lake. I should probably wait until daylight and do this. And I don't think we can see it from here. Can kind of see it. It's this spot right here. And I've mentioned before, I think in a previous video, and I've always thought to myself that that is a pristine spot that someone could deed. And since it's been a while since I've logged in, someone has in fact done that very thing. They've claimed it and they're working on it as a deed. And I might cruise down sometime, not in this video I don't think, but I might cruise down sometime and we'll take a look at it. This guy over here has disbanded. I don't know if he did it manually or if he just failed to pay his maintenance or what. But he used to be really pretty busy on this server. He has more than one deed. Maybe he just got tired of this one and decided to stick with his other deeds. I kind of understand that feeling. That's the way I kind of feel with the Harmony server and the Xanadu server. I don't really want to split my time up. And when I was playing on the Harmony server, I was not playing on the Xanadu server. But I think I want to stick with this server. This server just feels right to me. It's definitely less populated and definitely larger, and the geography is definitely way more epic in my opinion. I like it here. So what am I going to do on Harmony? I don't know. I just put maintenance into the village coffers via the token. I could just disband and then get that silver back, but the silver is locked there on the Harmony server, or in the new, what is that called? Is that the Northern Realms? I think it's the Northern Realms. And I think Xanadu rests on the Southern Realms, if I recall. I hope I'm not getting that backwards. So I'm going to take the aspects that I enjoyed while on Harmony and pull them into Xanadu. And that begins with a new and larger deed. I've found lots of RDOs doing this, looking specifically for a nook. And when I say a nook, I don't mean like a small little spot. I mean a spot that is sort of nestled in, but still on the water. And those are kind of hard to find, unless you just alter the terrain drastically in order to create a nook. I sort of did that here, but on a very small scale. I pushed the land out a bit here in order to have this recessed dock, because I like the way it feels, kind of like a little nook. But this is way small. Smallest nook ever. I did find some really good nook opportunities. And one of them I came very close to snagging. And in the end, I decided against it. And the only reason why was due to the location. It's quite far removed from starter towns. And sometimes there are things that you can do in the starter town, events, etc., that you may want to travel there to participate in. Like right now, for example, you can go to a starter town to visit Santa. It's not the biggest deal in the world if a starter town isn't nearby, but it wasn't the most conveniently located. You would have to travel by boat and land in order to navigate. It was very nice, though. Very nice. It was also all flat, which is something that I don't usually go for. But I saw an opportunity there to alter the terrain a bit in a way that would make the claim a little more interesting. It was also well removed from Hammer Lake. I ventured further away than I usually do looking for RDOs. I found 3 nooks. Well, we'll say 2 nooks and 1 community nook, all relatively near each other. I'll do an RDO video dedicated to just those 3 locations. There's actually another location nearby there that I wouldn't call a nook, but it still might still be perfect for someone. So maybe a video showcasing 4 RDOs. Now, you've heard me mention many times that up at the upper end of this lake where the canal is, or where one of the canals is, there are 3 RDOs. Now it's 2 RDOs, as one of them has been claimed. However, that was months ago and nothing has been done. So I'm not sure what's going on there, if they intend to keep it, or if they're just holding it, or if they plan to work it one day or what. But I've noticed that a lot of people do make claims and then hold it for a long time. The one right directly above me here, called Livingston Estate, has been claimed for 6 years now. And it still has QL walls on the one building there that are under 10. I don't think that guy has ever... Well, he has played, but I don't think he's played very often. And yet he's holding the claim. I've given up on ever getting that spot. I thought that surely by now, if he's not active, that it would have disbanded. But it hasn't. There's also another spot at the opposite end of the lake that I like, and it's also probably never going to be disbanded. So if I want to stay on the lake, then I was thinking about grabbing one of the ones up here in this direction, in the northern end of Hammer Lake, which is in the Hammerhead area. However, I think I've decided on something different. And I'll show you. I'll cruise down and I'll show you what I've decided on. Do I need a horse? I don't think I need to bring a horse. Actually, you know what? Just because I said I don't need a horse, then I'm going to need a horse when I get there. So let me go ahead and grab Hunting Fabiola. That's her name, Hunting Fabiola. And then I'll cruise down and I'll show you the deed that I've decided to grab. All right. Actually, I don't need to ride. Let's just run down. It's not a very long trip. It is, however, on the other side of the island. And that presents me with a little bit of an issue. It's a lot further away from the starter town. I'll show you what I mean here. As soon as we get embarked. All right, let's go, horse. Okay, so if I bring up the map, I'm right here. The nearest starter town is Linton. See this tiny little speck here? Let me zoom in. This little speck. Actually, is it this spot? Yeah, it's this spot. A tiny little island out here, and someone converted this island and made it larger by pushing it further out. and then they abandoned it. And now I'm going to claim it. That's going to be my new deed. I still have this deed behind me that we just left. However, I've transferred it to an alt. I've seen a lot of horses out in the water lately. I've also seen a lot more goblins everywhere. It's like a goblin invasion on Xanadu. And I've also seen a lot of lava spiders. I'm not complaining. I like to see mobs. If I was new to the game and logging in for the first time, I might not like it as much. But at this point in my Wurm Online career, I do like it. Nice view of the Santa bubbles over there. I probably shouldn't be doing this at dark. It's okay, I'm just going to talk for a bit anyway. The other issue with that spot is it's completely flat. Another issue with that spot is it's not connected to the highway. But despite all of these issues, I found myself thinking about the location over and over again. And then I started to mull around with some ideas, thinking about what I could do with it. Despite it being basically just one big flat rectangle, which is ordinarily something that I would just immediately say, no, that's not for me. But now I'm thinking maybe it is for me. Maybe it's time for something different. The cool thing about it is that it is all flattened, and so I get a lot of use out of the claim. This claim plus the claim I just came for combined will cost less than my one claim on Harmony, and yet I'll get more usable space out of it. And I believe this is it right here. You can see it just starting to peek out. I've presented this RDO, I think, in a previous video, suggesting that it would be great for someone if they had a preference for something like this, but also mentioned that it's not for me. And so here I am, about to claim it. Oh shoot, I forgot to disable my sleep bonus. Where am I at here? 8 hours and 55 minutes. Oh, that's not too bad. I still have a ways to go before that will be depleted. I've seen quite a bit of activity over here over the last maybe year or so. There was also a ship parked back here for the longest time. There's also one right out here, and I don't know, right there. I don't know who owns it. Not right offhand. This deed has a history going back to 2015. The deed owner was Anna Lee, and Anna Lee was in the Alliance here on the lake. I think Anna Lee left at about the same time that I joined. Or she became inactive at about the same time that I joined. And according to the records, she disbanded in 2018. And here we are, just days away from 2021. At some point in time, someone did construct a building out here. It was like a 3x1, if I recall. I'm just going to leave it like that. And it looks like you'd expect an abandoned deed to look like. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and pause this because I need to multitask a bit for a minute. And so I'm going to pause it, and then we'll come back when it's day, so this will work out just about right. And it's daylight. Just like that. Must be early morning. Let's see if I can type. 5:30 in the morning. I did my multitasking. I ate lunch, and Look at that guard swimming over there. So now it's daylight. We can take a look at this. It's rather spacious. As you can see, there are some remains of a once great deed. Some of these items I'll need the assistance of a GM to get rid of, like that cart, this wagon, although I'll be checking permissions. In some cases, some of these items might have released permissions, in which so I can just move them on my own. And I'll do everything that I can on my own rather than bug a GM. And then anything else that remains, then I'll ask for assistance with. One little fence left. I think this may be more recent, because I'm pretty sure that that would have decayed away a long time ago. And as you can see, there are bits and pieces of enchanted grass spread around here as well. Some oak trees. Now, from what I understand, back when this was an active deed, there were a lot of oak trees in here. And I did see this. There was a very tall wall all around the outermost edge. I'm thinking about doing a wall as well, but I don't think it would run to the outer edge. I would bring it in a bit so that there was a border around it. Perhaps one border here, have some clay here, and there will be a little bit of terraforming to do here. I guess maybe somebody needed sand. I'm not sure exactly what was going on here, but I'll fill that in. Oh, you know what? Maybe this was a spot to park a ship. Maybe this tile was dug in too, and then you could just pull a boat in here, right? Maybe that was it. I can understand the need for that, because with a deed like this, I would probably run the border of the deed right to the outer edge of the island itself. That might create a problem, though, if you're parking your boat just on the outside of it, because if it's not on deed, then it's not protected from decay. So anyway, I'll have to think about that. For now, I'm probably just going to deed the exact size of the island. And then later on, as in the next few days, I'll push a little bit further that way. But I want to hold on to it for a few days first, just to make sure that there aren't any major issues. I don't think there will be, but you can't be too careful. And so here's the bridge that connects it to the mainland. So you can see it is in fact an island, and you can see some raised section here. That was probably a part of the original island that was there. And of course, they added all of the rest of this. And so I'll push the claim all the way up to this, to the edge of this mountain here as well. But not at first. That's the part I'll probably hold off on. I'm not sure if I like this bridge or not, but for now, it's the only way to get to the island itself. I wouldn't mind seeing this as a 2-tile wide bridge. I don't even know how to make a 2-tile wide bridge. I've only done one bridge, and it was a very small wood bridge to help deal with the clay spot. Anyway, and so there's a road up here that leads back and up and through this mountain, and it's a dirt road, and it's only a 1-tile wide road. However, when I went exploring, I noticed that there are parts of it that are now paved. So someone's definitely been here within, I'd say, the last 5 months or so to do that. Why would someone pave a road that leads here? I can only think of one reason, because they were thinking of deeding here. But they didn't, and so now I'm going to grab it. Let me just double check. Yeah, I was here just yesterday, but you never know. Sometimes it only takes one day. Now, I did check around to see if anybody was living nearby and all that. I'm not going to go into details with how to deed. I am going to deed on video, though, just so you can see the process that I use, just to make sure nothing has changed since yesterday. I do have another video I did, and I go into detail about how to deed and everything that you need to know before you deed. The name of that video is All About Deeds. So if you just type in All About Deeds on YouTube, I'm sure it will come right up. Probably be number 1 or number 2 video. Okay. You can see there's a road that leads down there too along the shoreline. And I used to know the guy that was deeded down here as well. You can barely make out a road here that he had put in. And it's hard to tell even when you go by on a boat. But this is actually a fairly spacious area. And there's, I think it's divided up in maybe 2 or 3 terraces. And each terrace is a good size. And he used to have one of those collectible guard towers too, like the ones that you get from the PvP server. I guess the trick is you start building it there, and then before you complete it, you bring it over here and then complete the build. I'd love to have one of those towers. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these guard towers, but the those other towers look really cool. As far as the BSBs are concerned, I don't think that they're planted. Oh, actually, I guess this one is, huh? Or it's locked. All right, well, I'm not really sure what to do with that. I guess maybe when I deed over them, it'll grant me permissions. If not, then I'll have to figure that out. And look, don't these look like they've been repaired? Damage 0. Someone has been here repairing this. The only thing that I repaired was the guard tower. I haven't retouched anything else. So someone has been here to repair this. I wonder who and I wonder why. I'm pretty sure these were always here. This one too looks like it's been repaired. It only has 3.8 damage. As a matter of fact, I've seen this all over Hammer Lake. Everywhere I go, I've seen signs of repair on old abandoned deeds. I'm not sure if maybe someone's just running around trying to get their repair skill up or what. Let's see what this looks like. And, oh, this is quite damaged. 59 damage, 27. And it doesn't look like, oh, it does have, okay, it has courier cast on it, level 86. All right, that's pretty decent. Nice spirit castle. So it has a mailbox, it has a guard tower. I'll need to remove a lot of this stuff. A few animals running around. There were quite a few horses over here yesterday, including a skewbald pinto that I wanted to grab. I wonder where he went off to. I'll need to get some help moving this too. Does it look like it's sinking? Let me see. This has been here for a very long time. 0 damage on here too, so someone has been repairing it. I don't mind the ship remaining here, but I don't want it sticking out here. I would want it along wherever I'm going to decide to place the docks. Let me show you down here beneath the bridge, because there's a couple of boats here too. All those animals scattered after I came into the area yesterday. I've seen so many mobs around lately. So there's a couple of boats over here, a couple of sailboats, village boat, and Lil Drippy. And it seemed like there was another one over here. Maybe not. I thought there was like a rowboat or something over here. Maybe it was down here. Maybe someone was trying to grow some rice here. I'm not sure. Okay, I guess not. Or maybe there was a rowing boat here, but maybe they were just parked here temporarily. Or maybe they're about to make their big move and claim this. Wouldn't that suck if someone was just about to claim this and they came back later today and saw that I already did? So I already have my deed stake. So from what I understand, if you're in a village and you claim a new deed for yourself, it immediately pulls you out of that village and into the new village as the mayor. And of course I had to make it an Applewood deed spake because that's fancy. I've decided that I want the token right over here next to the guard tower. The only reason for that is because I'm not really sure how I want to organize things in here. And the one thing that I know I can't do is move this guard tower. Honestly, this guard tower seems like it was just kind of randomly placed here. Is this the center? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I lost count. Because a horse hops around so much, I think it was 10 to that edge, not including the lower edge, which is an additional 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So it looks like they intended for the guard tower to be in the center, but yet on the far edge. But that does not include the area over here that's been lowered. Looks like it's slightly raised over here. I bet originally this was intended to be the docks. And I'm inclined to leave it that way. I don't know yet. It'll take me some while to decide how I want to place items. But one thing I don't have to worry too much about is terraforming, except for back there on the shoreline area. Because here won't require much terraforming. However, I might add a terrace in here for some reason, just to maybe give it a little bit of dynamic. I don't know, just to make it a little more dynamic maybe. Because as I said before, I'm really not a big fan of all flat. But since this is terraformed, I guess I'll be focused more on building rather than terraforming. And that will be a first for me in Wurm Online. I don't really have that much experience just building things. Okay, so I guess I should just do this now. I'm not going to do, I'm just going to sort of quickly get through this. You'll see what I'm doing, but I'm not going to go into too much detail, as I mentioned. If you want to see a detailed video on how to claim a deed and how to adjust it and all that, the name of the video is all about deeds. So you just stand on the tile that you want. And then you go in here and you right click on here and found settlement. It takes you to the application form. Let me close this. You can read all of this if you like. Start the application process. So what was this? 10 and 10. But there's also 3. Wait a minute. What are my directions? This is north. So north, I think we're going 13. And then south, we're going 10. Plus the tile I'm standing on. So it's 24 wide at this moment. And then this way, what does that look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe? So this direction is west. I'm looking, I can see the compass through the transparency here. So west will say 8, and east I'm just going to guess and say, I don't know, I'll say 20. Okay, survey area. Do I have the survey markers? Oh wait, no, I have to do this first. Okay, there's the markers. Walking away from the spot you're going to place the token does not interrupt it at all. So I have this here. Do I want it there or do I want it here? Nope, actually I need it here because this is uneven. Why is this uneven over here? Well, I wonder why they got to here and then decided that they were going to stop. Is it because there's clay here? Is it because maybe it's deeper here than the rest of the area? That might be it. They ran out of dirt? I don't know. But it doesn't have to be a perfect rectangle. I'll make this work somehow, and if I need to terraform it, I will. Okay, so I think this is a good location here. So we'll go as far as this tile. Let's take a look over here. See if I counted correctly. And I did not. So I need to go 1, 2 more in this direction. Why am I walking so slow? Am I under a burden? No, I guess it's just walking in the grass. Maybe I should switch to clothes. Let's see what it looks like over here. This looks right. Okay. So this is good. Wait a minute. Why is that one out there? That's strange. Is it just an illusion? I'll check that out in a bit. Let me go make this adjustment first before I forget. Actually, do I need to walk over here? I don't think I do. I will anyway, just because I'm nervous. I don't want to mess up the location of the token. I know you can walk around, and I'm pretty sure you can go ahead and finalize your adjustments, regardless of where you started. But just to be safe, I'm going back here and go back. And back again. And 13, so we're going to say 15. Survey area. Okay, I don't have to go to the next step yet. I can leave it right there. What's going on? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong... Seriously, what is going on here? Why can't I... Oh, there we go. That was weird. It would not let me move to tab look mode. Okay, this should be good now, right? But I'm still going to check just in case. I need to confirm it. Yeah, we're right on that edge. Okay, now let's run down here. What was my guess? Did I say 20? Why am I moving so slow? I'm usually running 28.38. Maybe because I'm used to running on pavement. Alright, so this is taking me to here. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need 11 more. Larger than I thought. I keep hitting these little lag spikes. Alright. So we'll add 11 going in this direction. I hope I have enough silver. I may not have enough silver. But in a few days I can get some more. Plus there needs to be enough silver to pay for the first 3 months of maintenance, I believe. You know what? I'm so foolish. I definitely know I can make this adjustment while standing back here. Let me run back. Okay, so this is east, correct? So we'll say 31. It's doing it again. What exactly is the deal here? Why can't I hit tab to free look whenever I have the UI off? It doesn't make any sense. It's only an option when the UI is on? Okay. That looks right. Let me run over here real quick because it did seem like there was a strange anomaly with that marker. And I just want to make sure that there isn't some weird bug going on. It was probably just how things looked from that distance, considering that it's a rendered world. But let's be sure. Yeah, this looks fine. This looks fine. All right, let's run back now, just to be safe. Even though I'm pretty sure I can finalize it anywhere. Okay. So now the next step is the perimeter. We're going with the default of 5. And settlement name. I can type with my microphone, not in my face. Oops. We'll call this Dawn's Landing. So my other deed here on Xanadu is called Dawn's Light. This will be Dawn's Landing because this is pretty much what this is. It's a landing. You could call it an island, but it's a man-made island, so I'll call it landing. And let's go ahead and save the name. How many guards do you wish to hire? 0. There's a guard tower right here. I definitely don't need them. What are we looking at? A 40 by 26. The purchase price for these tiles are 10 silver and 40 copper. The monthly upkeep is 2 silver and 8 copper. The monthly upkeep on the deed that I have on Harmony, I think is around 5, if I recall. It's more than double the size that I just claimed here, and I have much less usage of the space there. But of course, this is all flat, so... Okay, say the number of guards. If you're happy... No guards, 5 perimeter. The maximum number of citizens, including guards, that I could have here is 94. If you exceed the max amount, upkeep costs will be doubled. I don't remember seeing that before. Imagine you don't realize this, and you have 94 people on your deed, and you add one more, and all of a sudden you're now paying double. But anyway, I can't imagine there's ever been a deed that had that many members in it. Total upkeep, 2 silver, 8 copper. Dawn's Landing. Just make sure the spelling. I can change the model. I can change the model later. Okay, the full cost, including the cost for maintenance. All right, you are no longer. Where did it say that? Where does it pop up at? I want to read that. Oh. I guess I only get to see it in the pop-up. It said briefly, you are no longer a member of the Village of Dawn's Light, and you are now the mayor here. Well, there we go. I have a new deed, and I have my work cut out for me. I'm going to have to get rid of this too. What's the first thing I'm going to do? Well, I'll probably start seeing what I have permissions to... Oh, look. I have more options here now. Excellent. So I do have permission over these BSBs now. So the next step is to gather together all of the items that are currently here, see what I can keep, like these BSBs, for example. What about this sign? Okay, I can take it too. And then consolidate by pushing everything that I can't get rid of, because you can still push these items. See, if I go over here, there's no option to command. So I can't grab this bowl and use it to lead this way, but I can push it like so. And because I'm on a deed, I can push frequently. Because when you're off deed, this takes forever to just move this little distance that I already have. So what I'll do is I'll consolidate anything that I can't actually drag away, and that way when I call for GM assistance, everything will be like right here in the middle and easy to get to, including this wagon. Let me take a look at this wagon real quick, just in case. Oh, okay, someone's abandoned permissions on this. So this I can get rid of myself. So anything I can take care of myself, I will. I'll only ask for assistance. I'll only bug a GM if I have to. But I won't even do it right away. I'll do some planning first, and then at some point I'll ask for some help. I guess that's it. I have a new deed. The most usable land I've ever had before. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have roads in here and animals in here and some buildings, and hopefully I can get into horse breeding. I have plenty of space now for that. That's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I will do some more of these. By the way, I do plan on doing an RDO video for some of why isn't it not? There we go. I've encountered a few bugs today. I am planning to do another RDO video for Nooks. A Nooks special RDO video. So if anyone is interested in a Nook, I'll show you some spots that I found while I was looking and trying to decide on where I want to claim. That won't be necessarily in the next video. I'm just letting you know I have one in my back pocket that will be coming up here sometime soonish. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.